So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Whenever you go into a game, also, I just need to know what you're thinking about. So you're against Malzahar this game. Do you have a idea of what your plan is for level 1 through 3? It's pretty good to get into the habit of like doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely try to do that kind of thing. Um, for this matchup, I would probably think about like poking him out, trying to probably proc his shield with autos before queuing if possible.
Yeah. Anything you want to do
Um,
with the wave?
I would probably, if possible, try to get first shove, like levels 1 through 2, so I could ward raptors. Um,
Yeah. No, that's good to do because Malzahar sucks at CSing under tower, so I think shoving him under tower is super valuable because like, he has mana issues. If he spams his wave clear is garbage compared to Syndra early on. So having a game plan is always good, and it's good that you understand that and like think about that and that kind of stuff. Super valuable.
yeah.
Um, so we'll just jump straight into laning phase. When he goes for creeps, so I didn't see what ability he started. He used E on you here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you looked for a shield proc. He's fast as fuck. Unfortunately, hit you, but it's not going to make you lose lane. It's fine though. Laning starts. That was good. You're looking for Qs when he goes for it. When he steps up like that, I think you should give up that one creep, by the way. And when he's going up like this, you should auto him and fight him on the way out because he's walking up through your minions here. And your Q's on a very low cooldown and his E isn't, so you'd probably be able to get 2 auto attacks off plus 1 Q to proc electrocute, so you'd win the trade pretty hard rather than take this one creep.
Okay.
Just to get like a bigger advantage during the early game. Like it's super small, but I mean you're already inside like you're D2, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
already inside like super high elo, so you understand the basics of the game. So these tiny things are gonna set you apart. And for people who aren't really strong that early, if they're gonna step up to harass you, it's normally better to harass them back, especially since you have ignite too. So getting him low is pretty valuable. Actually, wait, he
Okay.
took Barry instead of TP. Another game
Yeah.
plan is to you're not using Q on the wave. Your Q cooldown is like super low. And also,
Yeah.
I wouldn't step up too hard to like harass him until he actually goes for creeps and stuff. Walking backwards, that's fine. Did you not auto attack there? Make sure that you auto attack with your Q because you can actually do it at the same time. I'm pretty sure you didn't. Yeah, right there you didn't auto him. That would have once again been pretty decent for a trade.
Oh, you can auto at the same time as Q.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah, you can.
Okay.
And then you could have also followed him on the way out and once again proc electrocute. It's pretty important to proc electrocute, to be honest. So I think you should be
Yeah.
playing a
Yeah.
little bit more
But
aggressive when he goes to. He has to get in range to EU because it's a point and click ability, and you should be able to trade because he's walking into you every single time he's doing that, and you should be able to trade back.
okay.
Okay. Out. You need to step up pretty hard here. Hopefully you do. Like he just uses Q and his W. Both of his abilities are down right here, and he's still stepping up. You should be able to get range because of the way that he's positioning himself. Like it's super small, but you shouldn't be allowed to like walk up to hit these creeps when he uses his abilities. Try to be a little bit more pressuring when people use important cooldowns. Doesn't matter the matchup or anything, but for like Malzahar, even if it Oriana, when she uses her Q, that's your time for you to step up and trade because you have both your abilities. He doesn't have anything right now. It's probably like 4 seconds till his next ability, so you can look for a really good trade here.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like right there, you should use your E. You did hit the Q, which is like fine, and you were able to hit him when he stepped up, but you're not playing aggressive enough because he's also pushing into you as a Malzahar, which I think that you should be pressuring him harder, whether it's hitting the wave more during the early game, um, inside this matchup, I would be autoing the wave constantly to shove this guy under tower, and I would probably be maybe even queuing the wave occasionally just so I have first push. And then from then on, it'll make it so I have a big wave and he can't harass me as much by walking up to me and stuff like that. So I would say that the lane like position right here is not really the best for you. I think it would be better if you were pushing towards him during the early game, and the only reason why he's even pushing towards you is because you're yourself not really just pushing it with auto attacks and Qs as much during level 1 and 2. You should have been doing that.
More passive, yeah.
Yeah, being too passive. It's good that you're killing those creeps. I enjoy doing that too, just to make it so he doesn't push extremely hard versus you. Once again, his abilities are down here. I mean, I guess you can see us fine. I don't really like that, like, you use your E to, like, CS rather than, like, try to harass this guy. Like, so far I've just seen that your playstyle is extremely passive, but your CSing has been pretty okay. Yeah, I would Q that. You need to proc his shield before using your stun here. It's fine. Once again, he's like using his abilities and using a lot of his mana here, and also the lane is really good position for you to step up aggressively without getting ganked by a jungler. Another thing is that you know who your versus, right? A Rengar.
Okay.
So you can play extremely aggressive mid lane versus Rengars if you just stay inside this part of the lane, because he can't gank you. Because he can only gank from brushes. So you can play so aggressive versus this guy. This guy is also using all of his mana here. Okay, so you know what he's trying to do, right? Now?
Sorry, I was typing. I didn't see it.
It's fine, it's fine. He just shoved you under tower. You know, so you know what this guy's plan is, right? I talk about it a lot inside my videos. So his lane position is crap right now. So because he is in a pretty dangerous situation, you have stun, you're Syndra. He doesn't know where Kha'Zix is. Kha'Zix could have done 3 camp and be ganking this guy because he hasn't even warded yet. And it's good to know what the enemy is thinking at most points in the game, and you should understand. If you understand what they're thinking, then it's gonna help you. So you know what this guy's trying to do right now, right?
Probably trying to reset.
Yeah. And then what are the reasons for it?
He's low on mana.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is that his wave is crappy. So for Malzahar, I would not say that this is a good lane position to be in. If I was inside of, you know, playing a Grandmaster tier, and I was playing Malzahar versus Syndra, and I was in this position, I'd be in a super dangerous situation where probably somebody would abuse me, whether it be the jungler or the Syndra would play more aggressive on me and just make my life, like, super hard. So that being said, you can, once again, step up really hard versus this guy. Let's say you walk straight into him. You're very healthy, and you still have 2 health potions left. It's fine to take trades where you're both taking even damage, but in most cases, you're going to go out ahead because you're playing Syndra, and Malzahar is not really that strong early on. So
you think I should be playing more aggressively, just in general? Like,
for this whole entire laning phase, yeah. So far, what I've seen, because there should be no reason for him to push you under tower as Syndra. There's, like, no way, unless you are just playing passive yourself.
Right.
So it's not like he's playing overly aggressive and he's doing, like, some crazy stuff. It's more like you just need to be autoing the wave more. If we look back, like, I think that's something that you barely did. This guy's autoing the wave to just hit it. Like, right here, you should see us this one. And then maybe you'll see us this one too. Here, I'll go a little bit further ahead. But there's points where you should be hitting the wave even when creeps aren't low. Because you see how he's even prepping creeps, like he's autoing them. You're just waiting for this creep to die here. He's autoing this creep, autoed it again, and now this creep you could have autoed like 2 to 3 times, and you're just not hitting it at all. You see?
Yes.
And this is, I mean, it's super small, but this is why he's getting the push on you, because the level 1 and yeah, just not autoing the wave enough, and unfortunately, those tiny things really can change your game.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's not totally automatic to me at the moment. Like some games I do it, but not all the time, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to where he shoved you in. Okay, so he used his biscuit to get back some mana. That's fine. You are somewhat low mana yourself. You don't really have the best purchase though, so because of this, hopefully you're not going to use any spells on the wave and you'll just be last hitting it. Like right there, like there was no reason to use your Q there. You could have autoed that, right? Like,
right, yeah.
And you just wasted mana that you could have used to harass him, or you can wait until for every single champion you should know like timings for resets if for like high tier play. So I know that with Syndra, once you're level 5, you can double Q the back wave to clear it. So you could look for that. You can say like, all right, I'm going to keep this guy here until I'm level 5, then I'll hard shove. Have a plan in mind about what you want to do. Because at this point, I feel like you're just kind of playing the game. You're not thinking about like, what am I going to do to give myself a lead or like make it so I can get an advantage somehow. You're just letting him do whatever you want, whatever he wants.
Right, and like just more reacting to it.
Yeah. Reacting to whatever he's doing. It's good. Immediately back. He might try to stop you, but it's fine. Probably buy boots. Dark Seal? No? Whatever you buy, it's fine. Going this is fine too. Purchases don't really matter. It's good that you bought a pink though. That's what I was looking for, to be honest.
Yep, gotta do it.
You can freeze this. You should have walked all the way.
Yeah,
and tank these creeps here. You tank these creeps and then you can freeze it and just make it so he misses more. Because the wave's actually going to slow push towards him. Oh, okay, he's still here. Okay, this guy's in such a bad scenario now. So you should be playing so aggressive. I would literally just be running into this guy. We know that Rengar's topside too. You just saw him. You moved your map. And that's good. You're looking across the map when you have free time to do stuff. So this guy's completely out of mana. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a little bit more patient on the E.
Yeah, that could have been a kill.
Yeah, I would step up here, auto him, and now as soon as you auto attack, keep on running forward with Syndra because you have no cast times. You kind of like stop and then I feel like your positioning could have been a little bit better. And then yeah, more patient on the E. And if that landed, you could ignite him and then follow him and probably get a kill, to be honest, with the next Q if you just flash. I would step back up as soon as he steps back up, by the way, because your W's coming off a cooldown. Like, play super aggressive, and if this guy ever runs back, I would basically zone him from the wave, like, and not let him hit abilities on this. And he's being allowed to, or he's trying to. It looks like he actually maybe this minion will die and will jump somewhere. But not letting him hit these and playing way more aggressive is, once again, something that I've noticed. Position yourself in front of the wave. We once again saw Rengar top. Maybe you didn't see it. Of course you can't see everything, but you're still in such a good lane scenario here. You're going to reach level 6 soon, too. You should know that also Rengar can't gank you. He's only level 5. Like, right here, you should press tab and look at your the champion levels and see that he's level 5. And also, you're level 5, too. There's no way that a Rengar is going to be level 6 when you're still level 5, and he's not, like... You would probably need, like, 3 or 4 kills for that to happen. So I know it kind of sucks that like the Kha'Zix is like saying that be super careful. So, but don't play passive because of it, because you know your lane state better than he knows your lane state right now. Okay. And I mean, I do the same thing sometimes. You know, people ping me off when I'm not completely paying attention. But if you want to like climb up to like super high tiers, that's what people need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to everything. Also, you're backing off here when you could have probably just dove this guy with Q ulti ignite. The guy's like super low. I'm pretty sure just one Q ignite ulti electrocute proc 100% dead. You don't have to be afraid of face checking this either, because it's a Rengar who's probably level 4 or 5. You would kill him with ignite because he can't heal everything. Once again, just like a little bit too scared of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, she should. Honestly, you could like, there's so many different things you could do here. You can like flash ulti him, and then when he
Yeah,
flashes, just like stun. But hopefully he dies here.
could have
It,
just
when
smashed my keyboard and probably killed him.
okay, yeah. So to do a short understanding of how lanes work, I don't know if you realize this, but basically, whichever side you go to, the person will go onto the opposite side, and to pressure the opponent, you need to go into the same side as them. So when you're on the top side, I know like you're barely on the top side, right? This is the middle of the lane. He goes onto the bot side of the lane. You see how he's positioning himself? He wants to be away from you, but he's
Okay.
positioning himself that he's still close enough to you that you can immediately cut across. And if he runs this way, you'll be able to basically cut him. Like right here, he's way too close, and you should going this way through the minions. Do you see how close this guy is to you?
Mhm.
And then
Yep.
your range is like right here. And all you need to do is land. Like you can use W and then use your Q afterwards or anything. But this guy's getting away with a lot of stuff here. Right there, you should have used stun too. You actually just landed on him, but then you backed off afterwards. This guy he didn't get a purchase yet. I realize that he still has barrier. I just remember that, but you should still be using all of your abilities to like burn his summoners too. It doesn't matter if you only burn his barrier for your ignite plus ulti. It's fine. You're gonna have way more pressure, and it's also gonna maybe force him out of lane, so he's not inside this lane scenario where he's just getting free CS. You can make him miss a wave or something. Do something with your advantage that you have so far, because the guy shouldn't be allowed to play like this. Right here, you hit the Q again, and then like once again could have ultied or E'd or something. But every single time, it looks like when you use an ability, you back up subconsciously, maybe. Like right here, you Q and you immediately back up.
Yeah, it's probably just like the habit I've gotten into.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're doing it subconsciously. You're not meaning to do it. But so I would definitely be like thinking about this actively inside of your future games. It's like, do I need to back up versus this guy? Think about like, what can this guy do to me with his mana, with his champion? What does he have to do? Like he has 100 mana, so what can he do? Mana costs are normally between like 50 to 100 mana for ultimate, so you know that he probably has enough mana to ulti you, and that's it. And you know how much damage his ulti is going to deal to you? Maybe like 150 or something.
Yeah.
And you're at like, he's going to deal like 1 bar right there. So if you step up versus him and blow all of your stuff, and he blows all of your stuff, like who's going to win? And who's being allowed to like stay in lane when they shouldn't be? Right here, you could even flash ulti ignite if you really wanted to. I actually think you might have enough damage to go through barrier, possibly. I don't know how
Okay.
fast to react he would be, but
Especially
just
with ignite.
yeah, exactly. Like ignite lasts a little bit longer than barrier. All right, so he's finally gonna reset here. So you're probably gonna double Q the back wave here. I would double Q the back wave and just auto this because it's pretty quick.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. You also so like your Q's off cooldown, and that's the first ability you max. So it deals more damage. So it would have been like more optimal to use it. It's a good habit to get into. I know that you still were able to like push here, and that was fine. But try to only use abilities that actually matter for like pushing. I know they're trying to push as fast as you can, but like right here, I would only use Q because you only have 2 more Qs available. So like, okay, you queued this, double Q the back wave. You're actually gonna push faster than using all these other abilities because Q deals a lot more damage than the other ones because it has 3 points while everything else has 1. And sometimes it's valuable to keep the E. Like, I know that this game doesn't have it, but I've had scenarios where, I'm trying to shove out a lane with a certain champion, and I use my E on the wave, or I use a different ability on my wave, and then suddenly their jungler shows up, and I actually die for it. Like,
Yeah.
super small stuff really matter at high tier play.
Okay.
So you back, got another pink ward. Or did you just not place the pink ward? Yeah, you just didn't place it.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can place it later. You're
That's
still
what
in
they
a...
tell me that like junglers really need like pink wards to be placed around mid to help gank. Like,
Yeah,
help.
definitely.
Yeah.
Pink wards help out literally everybody. I mean, you just gotta place inside river. proccing this guy's shield is pretty optimal here. He's just shoving you in. Maybe you could play a little bit more aggressive to proc his shield. It's like between each of his abilities. He is using his abilities, so you will have super small windows where you can go for him. So they're doing dragon. Pretty clear. Gonna pink ward that? Yeah, okay, good. I would have not held on to my W. I would have W'd that brush. It gives vision, if you didn't know. And you could have checked if there was a pink in there with your W. Okay, so he's stepping up versus you. I don't know if you looked at where Kha'Zix's position is, but you can... If I would ping on the way with... Pings are pretty important. I would get used to it. And I would just immediately go on this guy and burn all of my cooldowns. I would Q him. I would ulti him, and I would E him, and Kha'Zix is right there, and he's... Sometimes they're not going to pay attention to your pings, sometimes they're not always going to come, but you're not in a scenario where if you burn all of your stuff on him, that you're going to be in a dangerous scenario. So you can play super aggressive versus this guy, and if Kha'Zix comes, you might even kill him. What?
Okay. You can like only benefit from that, right?
Yeah, because you can play really aggressive when your jungler is nearby. And he's like inside this guy's jungle right now, and then we saw that their jungler actually walked through this path. Like, it was super small. You saw Rengar leave very clearly, like, into his jungle. We didn't see how low he was, but we know that if you're playing towards the bot side of the map and your Kha'Zix is there, how can Rengar gank you from the bot side of the map? Because Kha'Zix would have seen him, right?
Yeah.
So that means you're actually super safe on the bot side of the map. So if you play towards that side, which also Malzahar was doing, you need to punish it. See, if he was playing towards the top side of the map, I wouldn't say you need to punish this guy because Kha'Zix is here. I'm only saying it because he's playing towards the wrong side here. He should not be. This is such a bad position. If he was up here, I would have never told you, oh, go on this guy.
Okay, because it's a different situation.
Yeah, he is positioned on the weak side of the map. He has no pink wards inside the river. You have your jungler on that side, so it's your strong side of the map at this moment. If Kha'Zix was top side right now, then maybe he could loop on him or something, but I would say then the top side is the strong side of the map. Does that make sense?
So the strong side is where like you have more players,
more vision, where your jungler might be, and he's super deep. So like we know that at this moment it's like an extremely strong side of the map because you can push in mid, you can go help him do blue buff, you can do so much because you'll see everybody coming with these wards, and you know that they have no vision inside the river too, so it's really dark for them. So they don't know where you going. Maybe he will see you inside the brush over here, right? And he'll see that you left into the river, but they don't know if you're trying to dive bot, if you're trying to invade. They don't know anything, and it really puts pressure on the opponent because honestly, like, how you win games is punishing mistakes of other people, right? This guy's making a lot of mistakes. The only thing that you're missing is identifying the mistake so you can punish it.
Okay.
We see Rengar's going for this Kha'Zix. Yeah, and he's just completely crapped on him. Like,
he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Okay. I would have, like, still hold on to the stun, like, a little bit more. I don't know if you were trying to use it on the wave or trying to hit him here. I kind of knew it wasn't going to hit. It was, like, kind of reaching for it. If you're gonna look for like to be aggressive on this guy, just based off of how this guy is playing, I would definitely try to just like step up super hard versus him, like, and just walk into him and let him try to trade versus you, and then use your stun, just based off this guy's playstyle, because he seems to like actually walk into you quite often. I like that you're using, like, that's good. I'm fine with you CSing creeps when you're also trying to like clear his minions. This is like super Malzahar specific, but okay, nice, you cleared that. He's in a not really good position still. Kind of sucks that he got hit by this Q, but... When he was walking this way, it put himself into a scenario where if he didn't hit that Q on you, you could have, once again, just started a fight with him. Use all of your abilities. Try to get him more chunked and stuff like that.
So if you were playing this match, you would have tried to start more fights with him.
Definitely.
Just in general.
Because he's positioning incorrectly so many times versus a very aggressive mid laner, which is Syndra. Like right here, he was fine going this way. He's safe this way. But as soon as he cuts this way, this is so dangerous. This is not good. Because he just used his Q. He's trying to clear this wave and stuff, but Syndra's in a good position where she can win the trade very hard versus him at this point. There was more obvious ones than that. Like, that one's not as important, but...
Yeah. Yeah, another...
Yeah, try to save your stun's like one of the most important things, by the way. If you don't have your stun, you're not gonna be able to kill him ever, really. Because you need to land your stun, then land a Q. That's how Syndra really works. Maybe you can Q, then stun, and then slow, and then land another Q. It's all about landing your Q, right? And the stun is just a setup for it. I like this roam. You see how the mid wave is like super far away? So you push the wave really quickly. He did too, but also you have like your strong side because, you know, you have vision here, so you know that Malice isn't following either. Going the long way around, so it's good pathing. Nice, you got an assist. They didn't really need you, but I mean, you're not always gonna make the like most optimal play there, so this isn't really important. This wasn't really a mistake or anything. Because you do miss actually more creeps that are worth more than assist, but you didn't know if maybe like Rengar was nearby or something. Yeah, like, so it's completely fine to do stuff like that. And you're trying to get your team ahead, right? It's a team game, so. Okay, we see that Kha'Zix wants to do something, but I think Malzahar based. Okay, you should just reset. You took your blue buff. Oh. You're gonna stay. Okay. I mean, it's fine staying. You're like on the kind of low end of mana, so Rengar's bot side too. We just saw him on a ward.
Yeah, I think I die here.
Might have been a little bit preventable. Unfortunately, you just weren't looking at the minimap. I know you can't look at it all the time. I think that resetting there would have been optimal because you just shoved in the wave. And there's a new fresh wave coming. Like, this is kind of nitpicky. I'm like trying to think of like why you would reset here, but it's because you didn't show up and then you just shoved in the wave, and the wave is going to crash. And crashing wave is like, if a wave crashes, you're fine to reset. You have a decent amount of money. You can spend something. And you can also get back his mana, your mana, because he has blue buff. And it's actually going to be pretty hard to kill this guy without your Kha'Zix. So...
Yeah, I think I was trying to get like an even better reset. Like, just kind of greeting for it. Like, so I thought like
Ludenspire or something? Because you're pretty far away from that.
Money, just like wave.
A faster wave push? Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, all right, so let's see if he's trying to just shove this as fast as he can here. Like right here, WQ the wave.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I didn't do that.
And then I thought you were gonna back off because honestly, that 1 second you probably could have left because he actually only went back in because you went back in, so you might have been able to escape there. Right here, I'm not sure if you could have survived if you actually flashed towards your tower and immediately used your E on Rengar to push him away. Possibly could have survived, but I mean, getting into that lane scenario is the worst part anyways. You lose a lot of plates. You didn't buy another pink ward, it looks like. Probably should have bought one. You have plenty of money to do so. Because he had like 700 gold. Nice kill. Yeah, Kha'Zix should have helped you there, but good job getting that. That Kayle just TP'd. You're a pretty random spot. You're pretty low HP. You like definitely need a reset. Okay, actually, if Kha'Zix, maybe you can bait it with Kha'Zix. Actually, I mean he's pretty low too. I think resetting is probably optimal here. Hopefully you're not gonna get like flash ultied on. That I would be super afraid right here of like getting flash ultied by Malice because you're pretty chunked.
So you'd have reset before this wave even came.
No. You can reset here. Okay, as soon as you clear this, you need to immediately reset. Yeah. Okay. Good. I didn't see the wave prior. Right here. You can reset here. If you have to walk all the way back. It's possible, but like Kha'Zix was pinging, I probably would have stayed too, to be honest. He didn't punish you either. I don't know if this guy had. I don't think. Or he does have flash there, so he probably could have punished you, but he's not doing it either.
Mm.
Okay. Wave clearing's fine. You just use your stun again. Now you don't have it. Kind of sucks. You get like stunned Rengar there. Like using your stun. Okay, like you can use your W to CS, but like just try to not use your stun. Be more patient CSing here. Like maybe auto attack this creep. You don't need to get it like just like ASAP. You can wait for the tower to hit the cannon so it gets super low. You could have autoed it here, obviously, but you were probably like scared of losing it. But just let the tower get it low, a little bit lower, before using your Q on the wave, because you set up the cannon to almost be lost. It was you who did it. It wasn't like the tower was like making it too low and you needed to use your E there, right? Yep. You can use your E on it maybe like if you're coming back to lane and you know the cannon's super low because the cannon got it low and you're not going to reach it in time. Stuff like that. Ooh, Rift mid. Another viable strategy, I mean, you don't ever look at like side lanes and how they're doing. I've noticed, or it looks that way so far. I know I've done a little tiny bit of skipping, but the only time that you look at side lanes is like when you're running back from base, when like I don't know the lane scenarios. Like this guy looks pretty chunked, like a little bit chunked, right? And I don't know if Kale's super low right now because it has one plate up there. I don't even know how that happened. Maybe it's from you killing that Kale, but whenever I look at the map and I think of like, all right, if I can't kill this Malzahar, like this isn't working, what can I do elsewhere? Who can I help out? Who looks easy to gank? What flashes are available and stuff like that?
Do you ever? I honestly rarely gank top. Like, I gank if I roam, it's probably like 9 times out of 10 going bot. Like, I don't know if that's like wrong or. I don't know what you think about that.
You can't say okay, so like ganking top and bot are completely fine. You can gank either lane. It's more about if it's gonna be successful or not. that's the main thing. Like the main thing with ganking top this game is that okay, you don't have as many pink wards in the top side except for this, so like you have to have like a checklist of things before you go. It's like if I run into Rengar, will I instantly get one shot or can I fight him? Can I push the wave before Malzahar so he doesn't follow me? Is my Kha'Zix nearby? And if he is nearby, can he come up with me? Or can he help me actually, if Rengar comes, he'll be able to collapse on the Rengar with me. Like, those kinds of things are always important to look at. Like, when you did the bot roam, you had Kha'Zix there. You had, good vision controls. So, like, the lane was super successful to gank. And you can do the same thing topside. It just depends on all those things, too. Okay, ulti him. Oh. Okay, well that's just a tiny mechanical thing. If you just ultied him and then eat him, he would get stunned, you know. And then a guaranteed stun because you drop a bunch of balls on the ground. It also stun Malzahar too if he like goes for you. And then I think Kha'Zix might even jump over the wall and one shot this guy because it feels like this guy's like actually fed as fuck. He actually deals so much damage. Being a little bit more like wary of like what's going on, moving your camera. Maybe this is more about like Kha'Zix pinged it like in advance quite a bit. So just paying attention to pings and moving your camera. Because as soon as like I'd be looking at my minimap when I hear pings really quickly. Like my eyes like dart down and then dart back up, right? It's not gonna make you instantly get one shot by this guy or anything. So you can quickly look down and see that there's assist pings here, and I would move my camera down there because you're not gonna do anything versus this guy, right? You don't have your stun available. You're like trying to get you're super focused on this, but
Mhm.
trying to be more aware of like everything that's going on and take the time to look at your minimap sometimes, which also includes like using your minimap to look at other lanes too. So, and then right here was super mechanical, but that doesn't matter. You just need to use your ulti before using your E. That's it. Maybe we could have killed him. Okay, you reset. Pretty normal. You bought a pink ward, which is good. You... What? What? Why did you want to do it? You didn't even buy anything with it.
Yeah, that was.
You should even buy 2 pink wards here. There's no reason not to. Actually buy 2 pink wards.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you have the cash for it. Pink wards are important. Pink wards are gonna win you games.
I've like never. I like super late game. I buy too, but in like mid game and stuff.
No, you can buy it during mid game, dude. It's only gonna be like 150 gold, and if they're good pink wards, they can last forever, and you can just hold on to it. Like it's not really gonna put you behind. You can hold on to the pink ward after you put one down, and then you just hold on to it forever. Like if your pink ward is super valuable or super good, you don't need to like wait. I think Rengar's ulting, by the way. You know that he's ulting you here because of how fast he's running on the minimap.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put down a Q. Okay, good. Hold on to it with W. Yeah. Throw it. Okay, well, he didn't jump or anything, but immediately when he showed up, I would throw it and use my E. Once again, I think looking for a stun there. Walk up super hard here. This guy is so far up inside of your lane, and also you're level 11, so your ultimate deals so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
Walk a little bit closer before using the stun there. All kind of mechanical stuff. It's just like thinking about this guy. So I guess like the main thing that I've like noticed is I think that maybe respecting the opponent too much, or it's like not realizing how strong you are right now with Ludens and like level 11 with Ignite. So it's one of those things.
Yeah.
So I would just like, you know, be thinking about it inside of your future games.
Yeah, I guess sometimes I'm afraid to like make the mistake, like make the proactive play when I shouldn't be. Like if I'm strong, then I can go for it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we can't. I doubt you can like think back and think of like why you'd not. I doubt you're even thinking about like, oh, I don't want to fight this guy because he's scary or something. Because I mean, he's literally under your tower. Like, you aren't. We know Rengar just used ulti. So what do you think you were like being hesitant about? Because like you don't want to get hit by his skill shots, and you think that it's going to chunk you or something, or you think that he can just 100 to 0 you, or it's just like.
No, I definitely wasn't scared of that. I think I was more scared of like missing the CS. Like I think I maybe tunnel on that more than I should.
With this lane scenario right now, I can tell you, like, if I was playing the game, I would literally just walk up inside of these creeps to set up my E to get really close to it because he's positioned once again poorly when you're already stepping up. So basically, like, you're kind of looping on him so he doesn't have a path to escape very easily. You could maybe even chase him downward. Honestly, this is not really the best gank escape either. So the W didn't really do anything. Yeah, and the E just barely missed, but getting a little bit closer. I don't know if you've landed an E yet on him. I'm not flaming or anything, but there's probably opportunities where he could hit him. You just need to like be more aggressive with your own positioning. And like you could think about this inside future times that you're playing. Oh, you're gonna land it. I knew that was gonna land. But yeah, shield there. But like when you play Cinder inside the future, it's super easy to put all this stuff that I'm telling you into your own. Like you can think about this inside of your future games without me being there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best way to think about this type of stuff is like, should I be used my spell there? How could I have made it better? And like, just ask like, why? like the whys, hows, and like when should I use it, and could I have done something different instead? Like just ask yourself questions about your own gameplay, and you can find answers pretty clearly.
Okay.
Yeah. You have GP here with you. Dude, you proc the shield for you. What a nice guy. What the heck? Oh. Alright. That's good damage. Probably couldn't really do anything after that. Good job hitting the tower. I'd stop using W so much. You use it quite often and it's early cost your mana. Oh, is she gonna die? Oh my god.
Oh, dude, yeah. Sucked.
Right here.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, you just missed your abilities. Okay, you hit the E and stuff, but you also could have just done Q and then ulti and then stun, because that guarantees the stun. And use, because there's so many orbs on the ground. There's also like a fight going down here too. This is like kind of a macro mistake, but once again, like a mechanical mistake from you. Your team kind of messed up here, but overall, like you can't help your team making a mistake like that. The only thing that you could do is maybe change how you played a little bit, but I don't think that's as important for what I've seen so far, so I'm not really going to go in depth about it. Because I think that the biggest mistake that I've seen so far is just you should be able to actually pressure this guy much harder. So it's about learning how aggressive people are allowed to play, and then playing off of that. Nice stun there. That was definitely going to land, so they flashed away.
Ooh.
Flash Q ult.
Definitely could have.
Yeah, I would have done that there. Just because he landed the slow. So it was, I knew I could kill her with that damage. To be honest, I didn't even, you almost killed her. I mean, almost. Obviously that 1Q wouldn't kill her, but also I didn't expect that guy to get so low, but I would have flashed to just kill the guy there, so maybe we can take the tower or something. We saw that Rengar was bot side too. That's what I was like looking at. So we know that you using your flash aggressively there is pretty safe. You have GP with you too. If that Malzahar ultis you, I don't think it would be fast enough to ult you under tower, and you're gonna be fine. You got the tower, which is fine. You should, I think, be purchasing more pink wards. You never press tab during the mid game. Or like maybe I'm just not noticing it. Like you should be pressing tab to look at items of opposing players to see who you should be ulting. Like maybe you don't even know that Malzahar has stopwatch here.
I don't think I knew that.
No, I don't know if he does either, because you're not pressing tab. So I'm saying that you're not pressing it enough. I think pressing it, and also like just like looking at the minimap once again. I haven't seen you like click on the minimap except for your first reset. And is paying attention to what other lanes are doing. Alright, that was pretty sloppy, but let's see, what can I, if there's anything I could say here.
Yeah, I tried to like, I don't know, like run back behind my balls there for some reason. Instead of
Yeah, just
like,
be a little more patient again. Like he's using his ability, he's not gonna one shot you or anything. This Q here, like, just take more time to aim your skill shots. It doesn't matter if it's like a little tiny bit later, because you know that if you use your, oh man, this is like super like specific, but he can't run that way. So he's gonna run this way, but you have your mouse positioned downward. So this ball is like if he's trying to run away this way, but he's not. So that means that your stun is just in such a bad situation right now. So it's super hindsight, kind of, and like...
Because he's going to get cut off by the GP.
Yeah, the GP, that's why. So you should have used it in front. And just like the ball positioning for stuns is kind of... Your ball positioning is not really the best. Unfortunately, I don't really know how to fix that, except for... I mean, you just kind of play the game and pay attention to that kind of stuff. And whenever you watch your own replays, like, oh, man, I messed up my ball placement. I wonder why I did that. Like, how could I have fixed it? Stuff like that.
Okay.
But I mean, once again, you got a pretty good pick. I mean, GP played that pretty well. You win this game?
No, we don't.
What the heck? Yeah, it feels like your team is in complete control. I don't know how you lost.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, once again, you got kills. I mean, this is just a clown fiesta. Okay, you get Baron. You don't get Baron?
No, we didn't. This is the beginning of the end.
Okay, let's see if you could have done anything to prevent them from stopping Baron. GP should immediately come over. GP should be coming over. I would be spam pinging fucking GP to come over right now. If I was me, I would be triggered that he's not coming over. Like, he even ran bot side just for 1 second. You like need to stop this kill. You might have to sacrifice yourself once again. That if you like actually stun her here, like this Baron could have been so much easier because you might have been able to use your ultimate and like sacrifice yourself to make sure that she dies. Lulu has ulti, Xayah has ulti. They should also be playing way more aggressive on this guy or somebody. But somebody needs to do it, and I think that in this game, your team seems pretty strong, so I would just sacrifice myself to like go onto this guy, whether it'd be like using my like literally flash ulti E. I think she wouldn't be able to reaction speed Q plus EU to one-shot you.
Yeah.
I would have just immediately used everything on her. Ignite, immediately flash ulti E. She would get knocked back, stunned. You have another Q coming up, ignite. And she would be out of service. She would not probably die. I don't know if she would die from it, but she would be out of service. And then you would get this a lot easier.
Kha'Zix would probably jump on her.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Xayah can do it too. But I'll see how this pans out. Because she's just 1v9ing. Oh, she stole Baron too. Oh my god, she's gonna kill. Okay, GP got her, never mind.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, you could have flashed there, but I mean, it's just reaction speed. You're just holding onto your flash a lot. Use it more aggressively.
Okay.
The game isn't over yet, though. Let's see if anything else happens. Nice stun. That was a pretty good poke. These guys are positioned really far up. Okay, nice stun again. It's fine trading ultis. I'm fine with you trading ultis there. I think you stepped a little bit too far back here. But once again, that's kind of nitpicking. Like right here, you could have stayed up. You're not really that low. You see where GP is? That's where you should be. Because who's going to go on to you?
Yeah.
You're not playing versus a Malphite or something. You're not going to... You have your flash too. You have all your summoners up. So you should be a little bit more aggressive with your positioning. And also, like... it would have made it so you can land your abilities on this guy. Also, if you landed your abilities on this guy probably would have died. This Rengar here. You could land Q and E on this guy. He actually walked up to hit it. It would have hit Malzahar too.
Damn.
Yeah. But once again, that's kind of nitpicking. Just your overall position here. The only thing... I can't really change that, right? That's like... in the moment, like... It's not even thinking. You're just playing the game, right? It's instinct play. But the thing that you can change is actively thinking about the positioning of all these guys, what champions they're playing, and where you're positioning. And your positioning was way too far back. You shouldn't be that far back. Okay, you should just reset. Nice. You bought Morello's. It's okay. Actually, they have a Soraka. I'll take it. You can find purchase. Okay. Game's not over yet. You got a good poke. Is the game not over yet? Oh my god.
Yeah, we hold on for a little bit longer.
Oh my gosh. You almost walked back into that. It's okay.
Okay.
Grab blue buff. Once again, you should have bought pink wards. To put him down inside your jungle to get defensive vision down. People face check and stuff. If you're playing Cinder, you could put a pink ward down at, you know, the entrances of things, and then you could just sit on it and look for picks. This isn't like super high elo, so people, even inside super high elo, people make the same mistakes. But if any of these guys face check you with how strong you are now, you could one-shot them with a stun into ultimate.
Okay.
So that's why pink wards are valuable, because it allows you to make plays. We see Kale spot side here. The only engage that you guys have, unfortunately, is literally GP ulti and you're stunned, so kind of puts a little bit of pressure on you to do things. I would just set up a bunch of balls here. Okay, nice. Because this is a good stun setup, yeah. Nice, okay, this is so good. Okay, keep on stepping forward. Okay, okay. She kind of just ran into you. You should have been stepping forward more there. A little bit too hard on the Soraka, though. Tunnel visioned. As soon as you guys like got this first kill, once again, like not just backing up. Right here, you should just be walking forward. These guys actually aren't that scary with your ultimate. Because you're still backing up when Jinx is literally running into you. It's not until like she super overextends where she finally dies. Also, I would be turning on this TP more than this.
Okay.
Because this character is way more... What?
I said I don't think I even noticed.
Yeah, you didn't notice it? Yeah. That's just like... Once again, like, I guess taking things a little bit slow, not tunnel visioning so hard. People say don't tunnel vision, but I mean, does anybody really know how? Like, it's kind of just like, I guess, thinking a little bit like slower paced and really taking your time to think about like, all right, like having a plan set in place is one of the biggest things for really fixing certain things. Like, that's why I'm telling you, when you're positioning versus the opponent, you should be thinking about what their abilities are to counter your abilities. Inside this play, if you were just actively thinking, Kale's bot and she has TP, so she's probably going to TP during the fight. If you actively thought about that, you might have actually seen this just because you thought about it beforehand.
Yeah.
When you think about things beforehand, before you do it, you have a better success chance of actually having it happen and understanding like what is going on inside of a fight. So
it's like salient in your mind.
Like, yeah, exactly. So like before I all in opponent, I say to myself, if this guy steps up on this creep, I'm going to look for his stun. Like, I tell myself before I do it, and then I do it. Ringer kill GP. Oh. Yeah, you have 2 wards here. I probably would have warded that brush. Oh. Oh no. A little bit too aggressive. Your whole entire team's not with you here. I know that she just kind of popped out of the brush, but you're face checking. Yeah. Face checking blind brushes is never a good idea unless you know where everybody is, and you don't. Because the thing that you should be paying attention to is your own team. And for your own team so far, all you know is Rengar just killed GP. You don't know how low GP or Rengar is, and everybody else on the enemy team is alive. And you know that you guys want to stop this Baron. It's better for them to walk in and like if you just sat inside this brush right here, just sit here.
Mm-hmm.
They face check you rather than you walking into this brush here, or just walk around this path at the bottom and then ward it over the wall or something, because that's the safest way to ward it. But doing this, you know, yeah.
No.
Yeah, just don't face check stuff unless you know where everybody is. If you see Rengar's top, Kale's top, Soraka's somewhere else, and you see Jinx, you can face check because you know nobody else is going to be there, right? So just keeping presence of mind of, you know, where everybody might be at all points. I mean, I guess that's the game.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Let's see. Let me look at my notes for a second. I guess. Do you have any more thoughts on like how to improve patience in the moments? Because I think if I was more patient, like in lane phase, in team fights, just throughout the game.
I mean, there was only 2 patient moments where like you could have turned certain plays. Like right here was your positioning, and then your
I guess I went with like my E.
camera
or
just
like
needs to like maybe be positioned more, or just like I don't know how to what to say really. Like use your eyes more, like just look at everything rather than because maybe you're just literally focused on this and not just like getting the full picture beforehand.
Yeah.
Which is not bad to do because in some cases, but inside this case, obviously, kind of sucked. Maybe it's because your camera positioning should be more centered on the towers, or maybe you just need to use camera positioning on your own character more, like holding down spacebar.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Honestly, I think the stuff that's really gonna improve your play is just playing more aggressive based off of these enemies' positioning and paying attention to what their abilities are and playing off of that. I think that's gonna really make you a stronger player more than the other thing. That other thing is gonna come with gameplay practice. The thing that you can change today and like in the future and actively think about is like this kind of scenario. This should be punishable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This kind of stuff is so easy to fix. It's
And it's
just
like,
actively thinking. The other kind of stuff is really hard to fix because it's instinct fixing.
yeah. Okay. It makes total sense when you explain it.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I can apply that.
yeah. That's good. And then, yeah, I mean, to recap, being more aggressive, especially when people are low on mana. Pay attention to their spells so you can be more aggressive with it. Not paying attention or like understanding your lane, right? You know that you're safe here. You shouldn't be this passive. This guy's under tower killable. You just proc his shield. You have ultimate with ignite and Q and everything, and he does not. He's level 5 at that point, and the Rengar thing. So just basically play more of your own game. Don't be so afraid, and then just paying attention to your own power spikes versus your opponents and spells, and you should be able to probably win more lanes this way. Because I'm pretty sure if I was playing this game based off of this guy's positioning, I'm thinking that he would probably die 2 to 3 times just during laning phase because he's positioning really incorrectly. Like right there, it looks. I don't even know what he tried to auto attack. He tried to auto attack you or something. I have no idea. And then you land a Q here, like boom, just ulti E. You have enough mana for both ignite, boom, free co.
Yep.
So. Anyways, yeah, that's about it.
All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate everything you had to say.
Yeah.